Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and as promised I've been playing some more Planetside, and I wanted to talk about the game a little bit, specifically with the direction it's going, how you feel things are going, and just kind of some new stuff that's been in the game. Now, one thing that's been out for a little while, and I just haven't really used much or experienced much, has been that little Spitfire turret. And I swear, the first time I jumped in, I must have been in like a really heavily engineer-infested area, because I couldn't hear a damn thing outside of beep, 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 and then just little rat-a-tat-tats. You know, it was a weird experience, and my initial thought when I heard about these things being released was probably similar to what a lot of other players thought was, oh great, you know, here's another mindless weapon for people to use. I have to say though, I've actually been pleasantly surprised by their usefulness, and by that I should probably clarify that I mean that they're actually pretty limited in their killing ability, and I think that's a good thing. You know, I didn't want to see these things to be good. You know, and as a weapon, as a killing tool, they're really just mediocre overall. You know, if you want something that's just sheer anti-infantry ability, killing ability, you know, the man turrets are still going to be your better options. Now, it provides, you know, the man turret's going to provide you with cover, it deals more damage, and overall it's just better. That being said, though, I think there's some areas where, you know, the Spitfire shines and some things about it that I actually really like. Now, for me, I've found it useful in a couple different scenarios. You know, the number one thing it's helped with so far has been with light assaults. I don't know if it's intended, but it seems to really track overhead targets especially well, and has a really good ability to aim up high. Now, I don't know if they are made to be like that, or if it's just because when it's, you know, aiming, you know, at targets on the ground, you know, you got friendlies running around that maybe get in its way and block it. But placing a Spitfire by a rock cliff where typically a lot of light assaults come over, or maybe defending a Sunderer from the C4 ferries above, I think those are situations where it really excels. You know, in reality, just about any situation where enemies are floating, it's been surprisingly effective. You know, I think about the top of elevators where enemies float for a second before they land. That's a really good situation for the Spitfires. You know, I think where I've really enjoyed this thing, though, so far has been when attacking or defending a point from, you know, like in a closed room where there's two doors. You know, you can aim your Spitfire at one door, you know, kind of catty-cornered from where you are, and then you watch the other door. You know, I don't expect the Spitfire to actually kill the enemy, but it does a pretty good job of letting me know they're there. You know, that's how I really like to use them so far. You know, more as like an unofficial engineer spotting tool. You know, even if they don't, like the enemies aren't getting spotted on the mini-map, that sound, that audio cue is enough to kind of let me know that they're there, and most of the time that's good enough for me to get the kill. Now, I was a little surprised that they don't get replenished in your inventory like a lot of the other turrets do. You know, and while I don't think you should be able to just drop them whenever and wherever you want, some ability to respawn them without having to go to a terminal would be a great idea. Maybe if you could deconstruct them with your repair tool, or really simply, maybe you just press E to pick it up, or maybe there's just a cooldown timer, like 1 minute, 90 seconds, something like that. Just some way to get another one would be really preferred. Either way, while they're kind of annoying, mostly based on their sound, and when you get into an area with a ton of them, it feels almost like you're in some Terminator movie. But I think overall they're actually a nice addition to the game and provide some new elements, and I think you've known from some of my previous videos, new things are what I'm really looking for at this point in this game. Now, speaking of new elements, I kind of want to know how you guys feel about the state of the game and where it stands right now. Personally, I've been a bit disconnected from Planetside, so coming back is interesting to kind of see how things are right now. I don't know if it was just the break or the time off that did me some good or what, but things seem a little bit better, and kind of at the same time they feel about the same too. You know, I'm seeing a lot of new players in lower battle ranks. I seem to be finding more big fights at off-peak times, and battles seem pretty good overall. Now, I still find balance issues with the factions, and when, at least on Emerald, Vanu is all responding and very organized, fighting as NC can be absolutely infuriating. And I think that's my biggest frustration at the moment, is that feeling of beating your head against the wall. You know, I'm still not a fan of the lattice system, and while I'm pretty confident it's here to stay, being able to think more strategically and put pressure in creative locations would at least open things up a little bit, and maybe that's just me. But right now, I feel like everyone knows where the fights are, they know where they're going, and it makes it really easy to overwhelm the attack if you've got the larger numbers. Now, I'm not saying you should be able to capture any base at any time, but being able to attack and capture any base that's touching your lines at least makes sense. And I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about that, you know, but I still feel the faction imbalance, you know, even when it was my own side, you know, and the NC was overpopulated, you know, it just adds to the issue of the lattice, and I just can't help but feel like it's a watered-down version of what we could have. So, all in all, I'm getting more enjoyment out of the game than I expected to, so I am going to be putting out more content with it. I'm having fun with some of the new stuff, and that's really about it. You know, I want to know how you guys feel about it, the direction it's heading, the new stuff that's in the game. Yeah, tell me what you think. I want to know. I'm curious. So, let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, stay tuned for more, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.